So basically, let me explain to you how we got there. So this ought to be an indicator of what I'm about to get into. An utter mess. Now this is a beautiful house. I think the new homeowners, they may got more than they bargained for. Let's go take a look around back. I'm going to show you what we're about to get into. All right, before we go any further, let me give you the story. Mr. Keith called, and he gave my number to another gentleman. I think maybe he's already had some bees or something, but, you know, somehow he's connected with somebody he works with that's redoing this house. God bless them for having to redo this house. It's going to be beautiful when they're done. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful, but for right now, not so much. After watching some of Jpthebeeman and 628 Dirtrooster, my videos, Jeff Horchoff, you know, watching some of our videos, he says, I think I can get these bees out. And he pulled the board down, and I think after he's seen what he's seen, plus the fact that the bees are really kind of pissy, he threw his hands up. He says, nope, this ain't for me. Let me call Yappy. Well, in comes Yappy. So we've been talking a little bit, and we kind of got to taking a look at things, and based on our conversation, he says, well, I think there's only about 2 feet of comb. 2 feet of comb, huh? All right. But the comb is so dark and old looking that I'm going, there's got to be more comb than just 2 feet worth. You see the eave kind of goes up, and the bees are right there. We'll show it to you in a minute. But where the wall stops, they've already opened it up in behind there, and there's no extension comb going up that direction. Here's the problem. There's a wall. I'm just going to tell you, this is probably going to make the edit. The bees are up underneath here. I'm not showing you yet. You can see there's a lot of them, right? That insulation in that wall, which is the garage wall of all things, gives me a belief that there's probably some insulation in this wall. And we might, knock on wood, might not have extension comb coming down. The way the bees are acting, I'm not trusting it. But they're mad as all get up and go. Sadie's with me. Hey, Sadie. And she took my guardian bee suit. I need another suit for Sadie. Send me a bill. I promise you I'll pay it. So we were going to try to go old school. My friend brought his beehive over here. We were going to cut combs, set them in there. Problem is that comb is so old that I don't think that we're going to be reusing much of it. Basically, here's the deal on this job. We're going to reduce these numbers down because they're so mad at me. We'll go ahead and start cutting comb. Anything that we can reuse, couple 2 or 3 pieces to get in that box to keep them locked to it and help them restart, pollen especially, maybe a little bit of honey. He already knows he's got to feed them once we get them to where they're going. We're going to go ahead and get these things out of there, rehomed into the box, and I'm going to try not to get stung because I don't have my bee suit. But I got a smoker. This is the first time I've lit my smoker on a job all year. So if you see this video, you know I survived, but you might not see it until after the swelling goes down. Look at it, see? All right then, let's go. Are you ready for this? Here they are. Check it out. That is a pretty big hive. Now right at the top, there's a sting. I mean, come on. They are pissed. All right, so I know at the top of the walls where that ends, but I'm really afraid there's a chance they're coming down into this wall. I want to be wrong. We'll see what happens. We're just going to come down through here. We're going to vacuum bees, reduce the amounts of them, but you kind of see how dark that comb is right there. There's just something going on with this hive, but I ain't figured it out yet. Let's get to it. Well, they're just on major defense mode today. This is seriously not been a good year. This is twice that you've seen me in a bee suit. Yeah, this is something I don't do very often, but I'd like to thank the guys at Guardian Bee Apparel. Check out Guardian Bee Apparel. I'd like to thank the guys at Guardian for producing one heck of a nice suit. I can think of one from like 3 years ago where I was in a bee suit. I figured two things would happen here. One is, as I would reduce the amount of yappy I'm about to get, and two, I look better when you can't see me as well. So, you know, two birds, one stone. And this is twice in 1 year, twice in a month. This ain't good. My job's trying to figure out why these bees are pissed off. We'll see all them little black bugs walking around right there. Those are hive beetles. Hive beetles are basically little sugar stealing thieves, and it's kind of like having fleas on your dog. They just drive it absolutely crazy. When that was opened up about a week ago, before the customer contacted me and he thought he was going to do it himself, what ended up happening was it opened that void up, and that smell got out in the air, and hive beetles will come from miles around when they smell that, because they get in there and they're trying to get the bees to feed them. Numbers get real high and it stresses the bees out. Basic answer, okay? I bet you we end up finding an absolute ton of hive beetles in here. Bees are just on real defense mode. We're just gonna have to work through it. All right, so this is the other side of the wall where the bees are at. Just come right there. You see it kind of stops right there, but this is not where I want my bees to run. I'm trying to run them back down, so if I can run those bees back onto the comb and keep them from coming up here, hopefully that runs them back down. This is the outer side of all that, so that did help run them back down. That'll help to, you know, every once in a while we can run them back out this way, keep our bees here so that we can get them collected up. All right, gang, everything's starting to come together really, really good. All right, we got some of the mess out of the back. I've gotten to where this is the nest area, or where the queen lays her babies. We call it brood. You kind of notice how calm they are. They're not really running around scared, stupid, trying to find their queen. So she's right in here. We've seen signs of her, but not much. As of right now, they're doing really good. All right, so basically this just turned into a chaotic mess. All right, so we just found our queen. I'm gonna tell you how I did that, since we didn't have a lot of footage of it. There's our queen. Nice little gold butt on her. But now we are, now man, everything from here is downhill. Let me get her put in the cage. Go on, mama. Get in there. Come on, get in there. Thank you. Oh yeah. We kind of pulled this out, and she was literally right there. So we went ahead and grabbed her, got her caged. She's over in the hive with a couple pieces of drawn comb, but we're about to have to really kind of get this stuff out of here. There's two beehives probably 300 yards over, and all this going on right here is bees from over there coming to rob. It's kind of got a lot of them confused. Plus we've dropped some, so even though it's spring, there's just not a good flow on. So these bees who are hungry and all they know to do is collect are coming over here to try and steal some food. These guys are defensive, is why I'm having to wear my jacket for another reason, because they're in defense mode from trying to keep their stuff away from all the other ones. Yay. And well, that's basically how we got to this point. Hope you enjoyed the video. Click left, click right. Let's do it again. See ya.